Hello, my veggie foodies. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are back for episode 4 of It's CompliPlated, which is Tabitha Brown's new show on Food Network. I hope you like my new specs. They're to help cover up my big pimple.
Can I pop it?
No. Thank you for coming back to my channel. If this is your first time, please consider staying a while. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. All right, so let's get into the episode. So this episode's theme was breakfast for dinner, which you see his face. I love breakfast for dinner. I love breakfast, period. Like, I could eat breakfast for every meal, literally. Like,
all the time.
I'll probably mix it up some, but I could eat breakfast all the time, literally.
All the time.
Literally. So, yeah. So, I was like, ooh, breakfast for dinner. So, yeah. So, jumping right in with the first judge. The first picky judge really missed, she's also plant-based now, but she really missed having cheesy eggs, all right? But these were the holdups for this episode, I guess the caveats. Of course, cheesy egg scramble with no eggs, no store-bought cheese, no mushrooms, and of course, plant-based.
I'm like, no mushrooms? Come on now.
No.
Mushrooms?
That's common. I feel like that's pretty common. I just started being willing to eat mushrooms within the last probably
year.
Yeah, a year or two. So
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. I mean, they are. I don't think the taste is what's horrible. It's just a texture that you have to get used to.
True. I mean,
because it's
I
kind
can
of
see that.
weird. It has like a very tougher than like a sponge, but like a rubbery squishy texture. I don't know.
It's good to me. I've been eating it ever since. I'm pretty sure I was a youngling. See how I did that? Shout out to Star Wars. Anyway, my feelings was a little bit hurt with that one, but it's their pick. So.
Okay, first contestant. So first contestant is Zach Mills. He made a split pea succotash scramble.
Succotash.
Now, I liked his dish. He used split pea as his scramble, which I had never heard of before. I thought that was very unique. You hear tofu, you hear pumfu, which is pumpkin tofu. I've heard people using chickpea flour.
Or kung fu.
I've heard of people using chickpea flour for a scramble or for an omelet, but I had never heard of someone using split peas. Yeah, split peas. But it actually sauteed up very well, scrambled very well.
Yeah.
I would say he had best presentation for the round.
Yeah, he definitely did. It looked pretty dang nice.
Yes.
Very.
And like I said, on top of it, he put a succotash, which had peas and corn in it.
And you know she just loves corn off the cob. Right?
Sure.
Right.
So, needless to say, just ahead of time, he did not get my favorite for this round just because of the succotash with the corn in it. If he didn't put the corn in there, he probably would have gotten my favorite. But he did get best presentation for this round, for me.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes. So, next contestant is David Holmes. David Holmes did an egg scramble frittata bowl. An egg scramble frittata bowl. He used, I can't remember what David used for his egg substitute. But like I said, he did like a frittata bowl. So he had like ramekins and he put the scramble in it. And then he actually did like some like scalloped potatoes and he put on top, or baked the frittata and then put like the scallop type potatoes on top. And that looked really good.
Really good.
Yeah.
Really good. Even though it was like he didn't have enough time to really cook it all the way through, the judges really enjoyed it. So that would have been, I'm going to already say, that would have been my pick to try.
Yeah, it's my pick. His was my favorite for the round. Chef Manish Chauhan did mention that it wasn't cooked all the way through, but the guest judge did mention that with the sauce like on top of the scalloped potatoes, it gave it a very like cheesy like flavor or texture. So it reminded her of that cheese element without the cheese. The guest judge does not like store-bought cheese because it kind of gives her a gluey or like plastic like flavor or texture more so So she wanted cheesy egg scramble, but with no store-bought cheese. So that's a big key there. I almost left it out.
Yeah.
But she did say that she got that cheesy,
experience.
Yeah. And of course, a lot of them use nutritional yeast, which is a given. Nutritional yeast is a good way to not only get some of your vitamins and some protein, but also a nice cheesy flavor. Yeah. So, next is Nikki Connor. She made a chickpea and cauliflower scramble. Now, I know she used the chickpea flour for her scramble. And hers actually scrambled up beautifully.
It looked really well. Yeah, I mean, presentation-wise, it was, what was his name?
Zach.
It was Zach, as far as like looked really nice, but this one
looked the most egg-like. Hers looked like legit scrambled eggs. They looked juicy and everything. Only thing with hers, Tabitha mentioned that she was kind of thrown off by the cauliflower in it. The other judges didn't seem to mention the cauliflower, so it may not have been an issue. But the kind of message, I guess, across the board was it needed a little more flavor, a little more seasoning, maybe salt. So although hers did look the most egg-like, it was missing a little flavor there. So next is Jazzy Harvey.
What she made?
She made curry island hash. A curry island hash. She used pum food, which, like I said, is pumpkin seed tofu. So she used pum food for her scramble, her egg protein. And then she did some potatoes, or her hash, and that looked really good. They look nice and crispy and golden.
Crispy.
And that's what I like in a potato. So yeah, she did that. Potato. Small, but so you're trying to do the corn, you mix them.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there's a potato song, a small potato. Small potato, small potato, small potato, small potato. Anywho, so she did a hash, and she kind of brought a lot of her, Caribbean elements or flavors into the dish.
Bunch of it.
Yeah. The judges were very nervous because Miss Jazzy is jazzy with the seasonings, okay? She is heavy-handed with the seasonings, and the judges were so nervous. They were like, oh my gosh, that's just way too much seasoning. But they did enjoy her dish overall.
It was spicy.
It was spicy, but that was perfect because the guest judge really likes spice.
Yeah.
So I guess at this point you kind of have either do you keep the person that over-seasoned or do you keep the person that under-seasoned? They did end up keeping Jazzy, and Miss Nikki did go home.
Yeah, and the wildest thing is that Nikki is plant-based.
Yeah, she's actually a plant-based chef. Yeah.
So yeah, I was pretty surprised. Well, actually, and then so it was Nikki and it was Jazzy.
Jazzy's also plant-based.
Yeah, so we actually had plant-based chefs in it too. So that's what made this episode, I feel like, pretty unique.
Yeah. So next round 2. Round 2 is a breakfast burrito. Our second judge, he really enjoys breakfast burritos, but he's keto. He follows a keto diet, and he also does not like spice, and it also had to be plant-based. So that was the kicker, and something that...
For a burrito?
Yeah. It's something that Jazzy was nervous about because she uses a lot of spice.
She wasn't nervous. She wasn't nervous.
So we're going to jump in with Zach. Zach made a pistachio, almond, and mushroom burrito. Zach put pistachios and almonds in like a skillet and kind of like reduced them down, cooked them down. And then he did some mushroom, but he was going to put it in a lettuce wrap. So instead of like a regular burrito shell, he was going to do a lettuce wrap. And, Tab was kind of like, this is a burrito, right? And after that comment, he kind of felt like his may not have been burrito-y enough. And so instead of just putting what he made in a lettuce wrap, he added, he did cook some pum food down. and added it, I guess, to give like the egg element. The judges seemed to like the flavors. The guest judge did like the flavor as well, but they felt like it was more healthy instead of hearty, like they were kind of aiming for, and it wasn't giving what it needed to give.
Yeah, I mean, the guest judge did say he liked it. He didn't say he disliked it, and I think it was kind of cool how he said it's just one of those things he never would have even thought about eating something in this way that goes along with his preferred diet. So that was a good thing that came out of it.
And they all kind of said, you know, we would have thought this maybe more so lunch than breakfast. And once again, like I said, this is a breakfast for dinner episode. So that's also a key to keep in mind. So next person was David Holmes. He made a whole lot of breakfast enchilada. I love the names that he gave things. I love when people name things. So I really like that name. He made a whole lot of breakfast enchilada.
That thing looked good.
It did.
I'm gonna tell y'all again, that one was my favorite that I want to jump on, okay? So Brother David, if you wanna hook me up, you know, we can work something out, holla at your boy.
I love David's dish. The judges also loved it. He did a burrito. I can't remember what type of wrap he used, but he did make a fresh cashew cheese that he put on top. And it looked really good. He used pumfu on the inside, kind of as his meat substitute. He didn't make it like eggs. He actually seasoned as if it was meat. And the guest judge actually said, wow, like, it actually tastes like I'm eating meat. He actually felt like he was eating meat. So that was a cool thing. I really liked his. I would say maybe his had best presentation for this round. But my next one, my favorite is Jazzy's. I think his favorite was David's. Mine was Jazzy's this round. I'll tell you what she made. She made a keto jacktail burrito. She did jackfruit, spinach. I think she also did she do more pumfu in there?
Maybe. I think so.
She did like some coconut rice. And then one other thing, I think it may have been the tofu, or pumfu.
Was it coconut or cauliflower?
I thought it was coconut rice.
Somebody did cauliflower rice. Just can't remember.
Well, she did some type of rice on the inside. And once again, the judges were very scared.
Oh, she was throwing it down. She was like...
Oh, yeah.
Basically, she was like, you going to get this spice today.
Yeah, she did.
Buddy.
Yeah.
With no shame.
She specifically said, they were like, you know, what are you putting in there? And she was like, I know he said he didn't like spice, you know, but she did add tahini, which she kept saying the tahini would temper the spice. I wasn't sure because I was nervous. I was like, I think she added some ghost pepper. No, it was not ghost pepper.
It was some
poblano.
I think so.
Some type of pepper. She added that sauce in there, and she added some Old Bay and some more stuff. She was going in, honey. And the judge kept saying, like, I'm scared. Like, I'm legit scared. But the judges, once again, they say, you know, just like round one, we thought it was going to be over seasoned, but it actually turned out to be very good. And her burrito, it looked amazing. Like, everything in it, I could have just eaten it right off the screen, to be real. Round three. So round three, Tabitha chose that she wanted a decadent brunch. So think decadent, which could be, of course, sweet or savory. So decadent brunch. Of course, now both judges are back. So it had to be keto, no spice, no store-bought cheese, no mushroom. And I think I said keto already, right? Yeah, keto. Okay, so.
And plant-based.
And plant-based, yes. Every round has to be plant-based because, of course, now we have two judges that are plant-based, but Miss Tabitha has to have a plant-based every time.
Yep.
So, Miss Jazzy made vegan, keto, and crab cake grits. Yes. So, I was very intrigued by, like, the things that people on the keto diet, like, don't eat. Like, she used, instead of grits, like, I guess corn that I made with, like, corn, she used, like, almond flour. That blew my mind. I've never heard of being able to make a grit from, like, almond flour. And also, I would have had no idea that they couldn't use corn grits. I probably would have given them corn grits just because I didn't know.
Corn.
Yeah. They would have got some corn that day. And like I said, I had no idea. So like this episode was also like a learning thing for me. But yes, her crab cakes look really good. She used jackfruit and I think hearts of palm.
Yes, I think she used both.
Yes, and I can't remember what she used to bind it, but I think it was something that was, of course, gluten-free or low carb.
It was some
Was
type
it
of
almond flour?
no, it was like a cream. I forgot what it was. But I remember that because I was thinking about somebody else tried to do the crab cakes and it was breaking because they didn't have a good binder. So when I saw that, I was like,
yeah,
I see what you did there.
But her crab cakes and her grits looked really good. They looked, everything looked very flavorful. The thing that kind of got the judges on this round is after she fried, she already looked like she seasoned the crab cakes very well. And after she took them out, she added more Old Bay on top of the crab cakes. And of course, they were very nervous because you can over season. It's like you're kind of walking a fine line. She still was adding spice too. She added this round, like she added some Tabasco. What else she add?
She seasoned it up.
Old Bay, Tabasco, and some more. It looked good, and the judges really enjoyed it. Yeah. They said the only thing they probably wouldn't have added was the additional Old Bay at the end. And other than that, everything was really good. They said that the grits were really good despite using almond flour instead of grits. So that's actually something I may have to try because I'm like, that's what's up.
Yeah, and they even said that, they could tell the areas that the additional seasoning wasn't there, like it tastes, fine as is. So, so overall, like I feel like it was a solid dish.
Yes, definitely. I would say she had best presentation for this round. Yeah. She had the best presentation.
Yeah. Because the situation happened.
Yeah. So, on to David. David made keto Jack and Waffles.
Jack and Waffles.
Jackfruit and waffles.
Chicken
so
nuggets.
yeah, so it was like a play on chicken and waffles.
Yeah.
But with jackfruit and chocolate chip waffles.
Booyah.
He made waffles with chocolate chips in them. I think dark chocolate chips, and he deep fried jackfruit. Now he, as they say, he dredged the jackfruit very well and seasoned it very well, and then. When he was adding the chocolate in the waffles, they were kind of like, oh, I wish he didn't add the chocolate. Because then he also, this is another thing I didn't know wasn't keto, maple syrup. Apparently you can't use maple syrup. I had no idea. I'm going to put right here what he used for the syrup because I can't remember right now, and I want you all to know. So, yes, right here will be what he used as the syrup. So, anywho, his looked really good. The judges really enjoyed it. The only thing is the guest judge that did not like the cheese. She did say she probably would have left out the chocolate chips, which I may have left out the chocolate chips just because for me, you can easily overdo chocolate just because chocolate is a very rich thing for me. And I do sweets, but not like excessively. And chocolate can get very overwhelming for me like very quickly.
Who won?
Well, first, what was your favorite dish of the round?
I think it would have been Jazzy's.
Okay.
I think it would have been Jazzy's.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I'm not big. I didn't grow up eating chicken and waffles. I heard about it on TV. And honestly, I feel like my first time having it was actually vegan in Austin.
Oh, yeah.
It's Sassy's vegan and vegetarian food truck in Austin. If you haven't tried it, highly recommend. But I think that was my first time having chicken and waffles.
Yeah, I didn't really have it because by the time I actually was around chicken and waffles, I didn't eat chicken anymore. So that was my first time. And man, that chicken was superb. The waffles, oh my gosh. I had to go back and tell them how amazing those chicken and waffles. I waited in line again.
Just to tell them again.
Yes. And I almost cried because we tried to go back. And I think when we went back to Austin the second time, they weren't open the days that we were there.
Yeah. What do you do?
I put that Jazzy was my favorite for presentation, but I couldn't decide between her and David for my favorite. Simply because I really like grits, of course, and I like crab cakes. So, right. And so hers looked and sounded very good, and I wanted to have it. But then also, I really liked his Jack and Waffles, his chicken and waffles play on that. And I really would have liked to try that too. So I really was torn. So I put, it was a tie for this round because I couldn't pick.
Easy way out.
I couldn't pick.
That's a good thing.
I mean, if I like something more, I'm going to pick it. Like, it's not an issue picking. So the winner is, drum roll, David. David won this round, and he said that he was going to use his $10K to treat some of his old military friends.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Yeah. So anyway, I really enjoyed this episode. What'd you think about it?
I think it was cool. I think it was cool to finally see some vegan chefs kind of go head to head, see what they was going to, do with it. I wish it was some type of way we could have been able to do another round to see more of vegan chefs. But other than that, it was really dope. I'm really looking forward to the next episode to see what the challenge is going to be.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm really enjoying this show, so.
It's good.
Yeah.
Make sure you're checking it out.
Definitely.
Every Tuesday.
Yes. I hope you all enjoyed this episode. I hope you can come back again because, like I said, we enjoy doing this and we intend to keep doing it. So I hope that you all can continue to join us. Until next time, bye.